Okay, we have some big, huge breaking news finally in the David case. After weeks of radio silence, please be sure to hit the follow button on TikTok and Instagram, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Phoenix Rising Justice. So it has been confirmed that the owner of David's rented Hollywood Hills mansion that he recently moved out of was Mladen Trifunovic, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing, had hired a private investigator, and we just learned the identity, and that is Steve Fisher of SF Investigates. Steve was on the Ashley Banfield show on News Nation, revealing the bombshell that he has surveillance video of the individual who drove David's Tesla from his home. This is on July 29th of 2025, who drove it from his home approximately 150 feet away to its final location where it was ultimately abandoned. Fisher has also identified the individual who was driving the vehicle, but he was able to confirm it based upon the fact that he was wearing a very distinctive outfit that he was seen wearing 8 hours prior inside of his home. But he cannot reveal who the person is because it is under investigation. The individual had rolled down the window halfway to 3/4 of the way down. No one had been seen entering the car since that time. So this video surveillance is key evidence. Steve Fisher reported that the surveillance video isn't from Tesla, but it is from neighbors' homes or videos in the vicinity. So David was in Los Angeles, in LA, when this car was moved to that location. David's Tesla was moved on the morning of July 29th of 2025. And then within hours, he leaves on a tour bus to kick off the launch or start of his tour, where his first destination was San Francisco. There is video that was obtained from multiple social media profiles that he posted on the tour bus once he arrived to San Francisco. Now, Steve confirmed that there was no video evidence of somebody moving a body or placing a body inside of the vehicle. But he did reveal a lot of key evidence that he uncovered single-handedly. First, the last known photo of Celeste is from January 2nd of 2025. What is interesting that Steve Fisher noticed that he went into the house, and what he noticed was large, heavy, and expensive equipment which is associated with disposing of a body, which he noted as being disturbing and would blow your mind. However, these items were still boxed, meaning they apparently were not used. So reportedly, LAPD took pictures of this, but they did not take those items. We know that recently David transferred the deeds to 2 of his Texas properties to his mother. As we know, 14-year-old Celeste's remains were found, potentially dismembered, but definitely decomposing in the frunk of David's Tesla on September 8th of 2025. On September 5th, the car was towed. So if the car was dropped off on July 29th to when the car was towed on September 5th, that is well over a month that the body of Celeste sat inside that vehicle. On September 8th, workers at the tow lot had noted a foul stench and reported it to police. LAPD responds, finding a dismembered and decomposing body in the frunk of the Tesla vehicle. It is later confirmed that the Tesla belongs to that of David, the upcoming R&B artist D4vd, David, otherwise known as David Anthony Burke. Approximately a week or so later, on September 27th, the body was identified as being that of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, the owner of David's mansion had originally contacted Steve Fisher for him to do an investigation because after the house was searched, they did not leave behind a search warrant or an inventory list of things that they had taken from the house. This is his home that he owns, and when he contacted them to try to get information, he was not given any. Also, there was a very sophisticated security system on premises at the mansion that David was living in. This included more than just video cameras. It would show when people would enter and exit the residence. But the person who lived there would have the control over what part of the security system that they would use, so they could turn off certain parts of it. LAPD has not made any arrests or even named David as a person of interest. And the LA County medical examiner has been working along with them, but has listed the cause and manner of death as deferred. They are still waiting on the toxicology results. It is also very interesting to note that there's only one key to the home that exists and only one person who has that key. There's also additional security footage that reportedly the homeowners association in that community has provided to Steve as well, and he has provided all of this evidence and did so immediately to LAPD. So we should be getting some pretty significant updates in this case very soon. And at the very least, there is criminal conduct going on here, concealing and moving a body. I will be sure to keep you updated as soon as I find out any additional information.